Okay, let's just jump right into this explainer because we have to confront a deeply painful reality today, but honestly, it's one that might just change your life. We're looking at a completely powerful framework drawn from some seriously raw source material. It tackles a struggle we all know, the battle between acting out of pure desperation versus achieving true self mastery. The whole core message we're unpacking today is about totally transforming how you view your own worth. It's about shifting from this crippling state of low self esteem to a state of being truly, relentlessly demanding. And spoiler alert, it's about recognizing your inherent value and absolutely refusing to settle for less.
So we're starting right out of the gate with this incredibly blunt quote: "Stop begging people for stuff." Boom. There is a profound psychological truth layered in here. You have a gift. You are inherently special. So you literally have to stop begging for love or attention or validation from people who just aren't freely giving it. The source material emphasizes that if someone doesn't love you, begging them isn't going to magically spark that love. No way. In fact, it does something way more dangerous. Which brings us to section 1, the trap of desperation, breaking the cycle of low self-esteem.
Let's really think about the desperate mind first. When you're operating from a place of low self-esteem, people don't suddenly feel compelled to love you. Instead, the source argues, they just see a prime opportunity to manipulate you. They take full advantage of that vulnerability. Now, contrast that with the demanding mind. And listen, this isn't about arrogance at all. It's just about living right. By living correctly and truly knowing your undeniable worth, you naturally attract the right people and the exact right opportunities. You don't have to force a single thing.
The really crucial point here is that your goal shouldn't just be to get into any relationship just so you aren't alone. The stakes are way too high for that. The source material warns us that desperate connections can literally lead to your demise. We aren't just talking about, a bad date. We're talking about catastrophic outcomes: toxic manipulation, severe substance abuse, ending up in mental institutions, devastating divorces. Desperation totally blinds you to the red flags. You absolutely have to focus on getting better yourself instead of frantically searching for someone else to fill that void. Let's move to section 2, working for your inheritance, claiming what is already yours. A lack of confidence completely twists your reality. If you don't have confidence, you will work for your inheritance. Think about how utterly tragic that paradox is. It's literally like paying rent on a house you already own. Because you're hurting and because you've lost belief in who you actually are, you end up exhausting yourself. You try to earn or maybe even manipulate your way into the love, money, and gifts that were already naturally given to you. You're working overtime to buy something that is already sitting in your pocket.
Section 3, recognizing your inherent gift, your natural power.
The ultimate antidote to all that desperation? It's surprisingly simple. My gift shall make room for me. You've got to remember that a job title doesn't make you who you are. The paycheck definitely doesn't define your identity. You were born with a profound inherent gift. When you truly recognize your identity and your value, that gift alone, not the manipulation, not the begging, not the desperation, will automatically create opportunities and make room for you in this world. You do not need to manipulate another human being just to eat or survive. Here is section 4, demanding from yourself first, the true meaning of discipline. Okay, so to truly step into your power, we actually have to completely redefine the word demanding. It absolutely does not mean expecting things from others or bossing people around. Scratch that old definition. It is entirely about controlling yourself. It's about exercising extreme internal discipline and quite literally putting yourself on punishment when necessary. You have to demand excellence from your own actions before you expect a single thing from the outside world. And the material lays out this exact 3-step process. Step 1, learn to control you. Step 2, put yourself on punishment, which basically means holding yourself strictly accountable. And step 3, say no to your inner sickness. See, the reason you can't demand respect or fair treatment from the world is usually because you haven't demanded it from yourself yet. You literally cannot govern the next human being until you first learn to strictly govern your own actions and impulses. You have to be demanding enough to look directly at your own specific vices. The source uses some really visceral examples for this, whether that's a literal substance, like crack calling your name, or a deeply toxic past relationship that you know for a fact will lead to your demise, but you're so emotionally sick you just want to run right back to it. You have to be demanding enough to stand up to your own sick desires, look yourself in the mirror, and just tell yourself, no.
Let's bring it all together in section 5, Anthem of Self-Mastery,
claiming your power. The source material culminates in this incredible, repetitive chant that's meant to completely rewire your thinking. It starts really simply with just, I can. You have to feel this deep down in your spirit. You need to recognize your sheer undeniable capability to change your life right here, right now. You are absolutely not helpless.
But listen, I can is really just potential, right? I will transforms that capability into an ironclad commitment. This is the exact moment you actively refuse to let the desperate mind win. You're making the conscious decision that your actions are finally going to align with your inherent worth. Which leads us directly to the final commanding statement. I must be demanding. This isn't just a light suggestion, it is an absolute, non-negotiable requirement for your life moving forward. You must demand excellence from yourself. You must demand that you stop begging. You must demand that you claim your inheritance by relying on your natural gifts, rather than resorting to desperate manipulation. As we close out this explainer, I want to leave you with a burning question. What will you demand of yourself today? Forget about what others owe you. Look in the mirror. What toxic cycle, what bad habit, what desperate plea for validation are you finally going to look at today and just say no to? Master yourself first, and then watch how the rest of the world naturally makes room for you.